Hey everybody, I want to remind you, I hope you're enjoying this vlog content. You have that awesome garage out there which we're going to outfit, which could be very similar to what you could win. We're doing a garage giveaway. It's running from, let's see, it started July 15th, runs through August 31st. We got cool things like our new car scent, which is technically a home scent. So you could walk around your house and spray. We call it, man, this stuff is good. This is the leather one. So we have leather and pine, which is my own OG signature scent. It was a collaboration with our friends Doug and Kenna from Smith & Co. They're scent experts. And so we saw lots of people, actually Fred, at Fred's garage, his car smelled great. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Well, how is your Griot's leather scent lasting so long? He said, no, I'm using your leather scent. I'm like, I don't have a leather scent. He's like, yeah, for the house. It's like, oh crap. So now we've actually gone and rebranded it and you can use this in your car. And so you buy some Essence, you buy the Spyderco knife, we've got shirts, we got hats. You know, this isn't my house, and so I ran out of clothes here, so I don't have the cool shirts that we have and cool hats that we have. But go check it out on the site. If you spend $1, you get an entry to win. Every dollar you spend, gets you extra entries. You can become Inside the Hex member, where I share a lot about the inside access of this stuff and what things cost and what business stuff is going on. So you can become a member. You can just buy a digital entry, or you can buy some of the cool stuff like this we have. But get entered to win. We're going to transform somebody's garage and probably change their life a bit. I'm excited about that. So make sure you go get entered at obsessedgarage.com. All right, everyone, welcome back to Middleton. I wanted to give you an update. It's been 1 week since our last update. And this is the series where I'm showing you all the crazy stuff that I get into in house stuff. So remember, the garage is the anchor, and the garage is what we built the house around, if you will. But I don't get to check the obsession at the door. So when I walk from the garage into the house, it follows me all the way through the house into the home theater and the light bulbs and the outdoor kitchen and what goes in the drawer. So I've got everything unboxed. I've got all the lighting done, not the lighting control, but all the light bulbs done. So let's just walk you through the house and give you an update of what's going on with it. So great news. Mr. Perry and his team got all the lighting done. I spent the entire day yesterday putting light bulbs in. Well, most of the day because I had a bunch of meetings and stuff. And so we have our Cree Linears installed. We've got a little bit of drywall repair to do where the old lights were. Because there was only 2 lights in this giant garage. Remember, this garage is 31 feet wide by, say, 28 feet deep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wall about 3 feet off of this wall. So there's going to be a direct, straight wall that goes all the way across. So that way I have a nice wall to put my cabinets in place. But these are Cree spec or LS Linears. So we have 3 4-footers. These were actually from the Yarn building, so I repurposed them. We pulled them down from the Yarn building, my last studio, and put them in here. And so the 4-footers are 6,000 lumens, and then I have 9 8-footers. Those are 12,000 lumens. So this is, I just added it up, it's like $3,700 worth of lights. And then, whatever the labor was. So I'll give you all the numbers after we walk through the house. But these, I think they're pretty reasonable. These are, I think, the best lights on the planet. So an 8-footer is $355. A 4-footer is $210, I believe. And so you do this once, and you end up with the best lit, best quality light you can possibly want. I have a lot of headroom here, so it's a little brighter than I would normally want it. And so when we get the control all set up, I'll set up automatic settings at like, say, 30% dim. And then I put this on 3 zones. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, so I can turn one on, turn one off, turn all on, turn whatever combination I want. So this is, Tyler's hopefully going to come today from Kalos and figure out what we need to do to mount this puppy. So this is a 42,000 BTU dual cassette Mitsubishi mini split. And so one cassette is going to go on the wall in the middle, and we're going to put it on the side wall here because that's where the thing's going to be mounted. It should be way easier than trying to run cables and lines, from somewhere else. So we're going to mount the unit right next to the main house unit, and then we'll have a cassette here. And then remember, we're putting a wall in here, and this is going to become the mudroom, and so we'll put the other cassette on the wall there. probably going to have to shift to the right simply because of all the power and stuff. And so this will be conditioned. The doors are insulated, and so this will become a really awesome muse for us to do our Swiss tracks. And we're going to do Pro Slat. Is it Lux, Mike? Yeah, the Lux version. You did the
Fusion.
He did Fusion at his house. We'll do Lux here, so we have two different versions of it. I'm planning to do slat wall on that entire sidewall there, and so we may do some more slat wall in here. So lots of updates to this garage coming. But first, we need to get it set up in the house. And that's pretty typical. I love to start with the garage, get the garage cleaned out, get the lighting done if I can. But the garage to me usually comes after I get the kitchen outfitted, after I get the bedding and all that stuff figured out. So that's what we've been working on. One problem I've been dealing with, let's see if it's showing right now. Yeah, so my air conditioning system, I paid for the Green Speed, which is the new version of Carrier Infinity. And look at this. I've got water everywhere. And I've had a lot of houses you've seen me, I have a lot of different houses over the years, and I've never had this issue. So both this and the mini split upstairs are sweating. And we're also dealing with, last night I woke up in the middle of the night, it was freaking hot as balls in there. So I don't know, the air conditioning people are coming to help me figure out what I need to do to fix it. The house I started debadging when I realized I don't have any Tarex here, so I need to get some Tarex. So what my suggestion would be when you buy a new house and you're kind of going through things and setting things up, just keep making lists. So this morning when I woke up, I needed Band-Aids, Advil, Aleve, towel, little hand towel holders, shower heads. And so throughout the last 2 days I've been here, I just make a list, and then in the morning when I wake up, I usually order a bunch of stuff. Most of which I already know I need or know what I would buy. But if you're interested, I've sent it to probably, I would guess, 600 or 700 people. Just shoot me an email, matt@obsessedgarage.com. I'll send you the housewares list of all the things that, the basic things that I'm putting in the drawers in the house. So you can see all the lighting is done here. So we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. I'm gonna have Mike do a little of what Mike does, do a little adjusting some of the lights. They're kind of poking out a couple of them. But these we've just put in basic halo cans, and then like the rest of the house, so you take the halo can, have the electrician install it, and because there's attic access above here, they were to get in and cut these lights in. So we wanted lighting for our mudroom area, and so I put 10 cans in here. So these are Cree. I actually have a bunch of them right here. So these are Cree. The vast majority of them are the 150 watt or 19.5 watt, 150 watt equivalent, right? Which are 1650 lumens, and then which is too much light in most cases. But then what I'll do is dim it, and so we'll set all of our Lutron up to where it's roughly 30% dim or 70% output, and that way I have headroom. If I ever want to brighten it up, I have the room for it. And then I do have quite a few, about 2 dozen of the 100 watt version. They also make a 75 watt equivalent version. I didn't use any of the 75 watts. So I had a couple that I brought here just in case, but I used either these or these, and I'll kind of show you which rooms. I'm not doing any calculations, just kind of a rough idea. These are $35 a piece, $35.06 or something like that on the OG site. And if I'll grab my phone and show you that when I add up all the stuff for you. These are 1/6 the price of the DMF that you saw me put in the Lady Lake house. And I mean, they put out some really great light. And so this goes in a regular can, and it has a little pigtail. So the pigtail, Edison pigtail, just screws in. You saw that in the last video. We did a couple of them. Anybody can install it. You can pull yours. If you have the little screw-in bulbs, you pull out the little, I'll show you in the trash here. You don't have to be like a Mike F to be able to do this. Super simple. Oh, look at my washing area. This is great. It's 9 o'clock in the morning where the sun is. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna be able to wash outside and not have to get up at 6 a.m. So you see the ceiling, every single light, the ones that we didn't add had this, just a halo. You pull it down You squeeze this to pull it out of the little ear clamp thingy. So actually, first thing you do, take the light bulb out, pop this down, unclip. You'll unclip the Edison thingy, let it hang, and then you just screw in the new Cree retrofit, and then it just pops up into the new can, either the new can or the old can. So I pulled out. I mean, the house had probably 30 lights in it. We added, I think, 45 to the house. So really simple swap, and I'm telling you, it makes a remarkable difference in just the quality of light and how you're living. And so the very first thing I do in every house now, if I can afford it, if I can swing it, if I budgeted it, have the electrician come. If you're lucky enough, maybe your custom builder or your builder would add them for you. This company's not a custom builder, it's a cookie cutter builder, so you don't have a choice. And so if you walk in here, you can see, so this is an area I chose to do the 100-watt version, smaller area. Probably still a little overkill. Again, we'll put a dimmer on here as well and just set the the Lutron Raw 2 Select. We'll set that up where I'll have it all preset. But these are 3500K, which makes sense in this house because it's all gray walls and white trim and pretty modern looking. And so I would suggest if you have a little earth tones, a lot of reds, cherries, mahogany, pine, you would do 3000K. On most homes that are built now, you're going to want to do a 3500 is my recommended spec. So in the laundry room here, I had to order, they're supposed to be here today or tomorrow, the Cree Linears. I'll show you, I've got a couple in a closet. I'm sorry, DMF, yeah, DMF, not the Crees, the DMF Linears. Now this is a really luxury option. I could have just cut in cans into here, but I wanted to do the linears. I'd like to do the linears in the laundry room and the closets. That cost as much, so the 13 linears that I put in the house cost as much as the 75 Cree, recessed. So if you want to keep your costs down, you could consider not doing the linears in the house. And so Ryan's room, he's still sleeping in there. Apparently my teenagers now sleep until noon every day. But he has the same thing in his. I did the 100-watt bulbs in their rooms, and then I did the 150-watt equivalents in my room. So all these have been replaced. These were added. So this whole row right here was added because they only did 4 bulbs or 4 recessed fixtures in the family room area. So we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights to the family room area, added 2 to the kitchen here, and then changed out all the bulbs. So these are Satco, and I ended up needing 19 of them in the house. So these are Satco filament style, clear style bulbs, and these are what would be called an A19 normal Edison screw in, and then those have got a little adjustment doing. I needed 18 B11s, which is the smaller Edison, the smaller little screw-in type bulb. And so 19 included also, I replaced the ones outside. So the entire house, everywhere in it has now either Satco 3500K, those are really hard to find, so I have those in the store. Satco does lighting everywhere in the world, and actually this house had all Satco light bulbs in it. And so I've gone through their catalog to find the best of the best. These are not world-class like the Cree, but Cree doesn't make a filament style light bulb like this. And they're nice, and they're $5 a piece. So you can afford to replace them if you need to. Just know that sometimes, like I had one of these flickering, I'm not sure what it is, and so just know that if you have old dimmers, these filament style bulbs oftentimes will be problematic. So we have new dimmers, so we should be okay. When I put the Raw 2 dimmers in, we'll definitely be okay. And so just keep that in mind when you're dealing with filament style light bulbs. I've bought probably every brand that exists, and every single one of them I've had some sort of issue with. These seem to be the least problematic. So if you go clear filament LED, just know it's part of the game. It's kind of like water under pressure. When you pressure wash, you're always going to have some leaks. kind of deal with that in these light bulbs. But if you're finding that if you're replacing it and it's still flickering, it's your dimmer, it's not your bulb. So just keep that in mind. So in here is where my next step, you can see, you don't want that. So next step will be to do Hafele drawer organization, which you've seen me do. So goal number one, unbox everything, just get it in the cabinet. So I got everything in the cabinets. Today's project, today and tomorrow, maybe this weekend's project, is to go through, figure out exactly what my Hafele stuff is going to look like. So get all my drawers organized. I realized I needed to order spices, and so which is going to be the spice drawer, which is going to be the utensil drawer, and then this will all be organized and laid out with Hafele. So we got our furniture in the last video you saw. Our Lisa Susie, Shelly, is it growing on you? This, so we're touring on this rug. This is the weirdest thing ever. Look at this rug from this angle, and then might come over here and look at it from this angle. It's wild. It's completely different. Okay. See that?
It's like more intense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because of the grain of how the little leopard print. I don't know. We'll see. That's the thing with everything in design. We didn't have Laurel do this for us. So I think we're doing a decent job. You can see our rug is down, and we got the nice little painting and a little setup. We have to accessorize everything once you get it all in. But how many days are we into this? Like 5 days. So we're doing all right. We're doing okay. So then back here is Kate's area. Kate apparently is still sleeping as well. And so one thing I needed to do with the bathrooms, and so I'm going to bring them. I didn't realize the vent fan is there, so I can't swap that out. It has to be just a light bulb. And so I have a BR30 a Satco bulb that will replace that. I got the shower curtain in, but notice, I put the Cree in the shower area. Closets will be another big thing we have coming, and so I think we have one DMF Linear in here. So we got one linear. So they had a goofy light on the wall, which we pulled off, which we'll have to fill that and do a little drywall repair. And so when the other ones come, this is the wrong color temp too. So I needed 13 of these throughout the house, and it will be 3,500 Kelvin. So I had to special order those. We generally special order the DMF stuff because they are so expensive. But this will have a couple of beds, and then I'm going to put a desk on this wall over here. So I realized that I've been doing lots of meetings and stuff, and doing it in the kitchen doesn't work when you have people running around. So Kate's room looks just like that. These linen closets will get our Aspire closets when that comes in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be a big project coming up. TV's coming today, so we'll get into that. I'll talk more about what I'm planning to do with the home theater. I just have a Blue OS, a Blue sound speaker I had sitting in a closet somewhere. So if you want to buy that, I'll sell it to you on the cheap. So let me know if you want that, shoot me an email. In here, we gotta get some artwork and hang some stuff. I ordered some cell phone charger thingies to get that all set up on the nightstands. But this is an example of a room a little bit bigger than the kids' room. So in the kids' rooms, I did the 100 watt equivalent of the 14.5 watt. And here I did the 19.5 watt or 150 watt equivalent because it's a little bit bigger. And then we'll put it on a dimmer as well. The bathroom has Satco bulbs, I did 3 linears in the main closet, so I'll have to repair the ceiling and fix that. In here, so I need 2 of the Satco BR30 3500K bulbs in here. So it won't be as much light output in the shower and the water closet as normal, but it'll get the job done. And because the fan goes up through the light. I'll put a couple of hand towel holders here, which I ordered. Brizo is my favorite brand. I'm not sure what these are, so won't match it exactly, but it'll look fine. Same brand I always do in all the houses. So remember, we're getting a sectional couch, so the sectional will come here and turn. So it'll be 9 feet by 12 feet. And then these chairs are actually going to, I bought these from my office at OGHQ. We have 2 swivel chairs that are going here. And then we'll set this room up with all the Gotta figure out where we're putting our accessories and all that kind of crap. We'll figure that out later. Upstairs, I did a bunch of lighting up here too. Changed these lights, so every single light bulb in the entire place is now 3500K, all matching, all correct. It's quite a bit different. Still, what I would probably do in here, maybe do some Schluter sconces in here someday. Yeah, the mini split is not keeping up with the temperature up here. It is right now, but the air conditioning people are going to come. You can see a lot of condensation happening. Not good. I think they undersized this, so we're going to deal with that. You would think as many of these houses that they built, I just would be willing to bet most people are a bit more accepting than I am of mediocrity. I'm not a warranty guy. I may even just have my own people come in, and if they don't want to play ball, I'll have my own people come in and pay for it to get it frickin' fixed. But my wager here is they undersized the mini split and then didn't properly duct the green speed, and I'm not sure why we're getting all this condensation, so that's the one thing I gotta figure out what to do. We're not freaking out. So the plan in this room is to likely do a home theater. Because of Obsessed Home Theater, the other sister brand that I'm building with my friends Rusty and Michael Stevens, we're gonna get a nice home theater up here for you, Chase. Chase is a little leery. He's got his electric fence, and we cranked that sucker up, and so he won't go past like he won't go out in the yard yet. But soon he'll be out there sitting at the edge. He's fired up, but he's a little trying to figure out what's going on here. But he's super chill. He'll go wherever and whatever. Let's see if this thing is still condensating. It was yesterday, yep. Still not quite as much. You can see when I was wiping on it. And so this will fill up with water, which is not good. You can see there's water dripping. I mean, it's freaking brand new, so we shouldn't have that. I didn't do a DMF light in here. I just left the regular fluorescent. So, okay, one light left that doesn't have it set up. So attic access is here, and that's how the guys got through the attic to do the lighting. So let me share with you all the total lighting costs just for your reference. So let's see. So I did 4 of the BR30s, and like you can just go on like this, for example. So here's the Cree Linears. So the Cree Linear stuff, and you can see the different, there's two different types. There's 4,000, 6,000, and then 8,000, 12,000 on the 8-footers. So 4 foot, 4 foot. I always do the higher lumen output. Why the heck not? And so they have round and square. We did round in here. I recommend the square. You know, the square I just think looks better. And so you're $210 for the 4-footer. And you're $355 for the 8-footer. And so to get to lighting, all the lighting stuff in the home, so just click the tab on your phone, go shop home products, you go to home lighting, and then you have Cree, DMF, Lutron, Satco. So the Satco bulbs are all in here, and so what I'm talking about doing in the bathrooms are that. Here's the A19s. Which one is that? Yeah, Candelabras and A19s. Candelabras are called, B11 3500K. They only come in 40 watt. They don't make them in 60. So they're $7 a piece, $7.10 a piece. So all the lighting stuff is on the website. You can go to the home section and get all these numbers. So we needed 4 BR30s at $8.19 a piece, and that's $32.76. That's for the bathrooms that have the fans integrated. I needed 19 regular, these bulbs, the A19 bulbs. Those are $5.63 a piece, so that's $106.97. I needed 18 of those B11s, the Candelabra bulbs at $7.70 a piece, so that was $138.60. I needed 75 of the Cree Linears. They're the same price for 100 watt or 150 watt. I needed about 2,400 watts and 51 of the 150 watts. So 24 of the 1200 lumens, 51 of the 1650 lumens. So that's 2650. They're 3502 a piece, so 2600 bucks. I cannot explain to you the transformation of lighting in here. Now, part of it is we added 45 of them. There were only 30 of them in the house. So that's 2600 bucks. And then the DMF Linears, there's only 13 of those. That was $2,300. So if you didn't do that, stay with fluorescent, or maybe have your electrician put in recessed, or if you're building a house, just do the recessed lights in your closets. I just wanted to show the DMF Linears. You have 75 versus 13, and they're roughly the same price. So labor to do all the lighting in here, because they were here for 3 solid full days, was $10,265. So the labor was a big component of this. So Cree Satco was $2,904. DMF was $2,350. So $5,245 worth of lights, plus my labor of $10,265. So $15,500 to transform the lighting in this house. Now, we needed $3,700 worth of the linears to do the garage if you added the garage in. So grand total was $8,969 in lights. So that's what I spent at obsessgarage.com for lights, plus the labor. So it was $19,234 for lights in this place. So 3,000 square foot house to transform the lighting. Just to give you a frame of reference for what it might cost if you're considering doing something like this. You're going to hire an electrician. He didn't give me a deal. That's just I don't want a deal. I want the best job, not the best deal. So Perry, I always have a relationship with him where, hey, if you buy stuff, buy it from me at retail, and I'll buy your labor at retail to get the best result and get his best guys. So 20 grand to update the lights in here. Kind of stinks that you have to buy a house and do that, but that's life. Same thing with a car. You buy a car, you buy exhaust, you buy suspension, you get a radar detector in, you detail it, you put PPF on it. I view the house as the same thing. And so you buy a house, you spend a bunch of money on it, and you're going to spend 150 grand in, let's say 100 grand in furniture and accessories and lighting and all the different things you need to put in it. It's kind of par for the course. Now, if you're moving from one house to the next, hopefully you don't have to spend that much because you have spatulas and you have knives and forks and things like that. But lighting is something you're going to need to do, I think, in any house you go to. And then the beauty of it, almost all these light bulbs will last 50,000 plus hours, so for basically a lifetime. And if one does crap out, super easy to replace, doesn't cost a fortune to do. So I share that with you so you have an idea. If you're obsessed with lighting like I am, and now you could go a whole nother level up. I added up, if I did the DMFs instead, it was 15 grand worth of DMF bulbs instead of 2,600 for Crees. So you're 3 grand versus 15 grand, you're 5 times the price to do maybe 10%, 15% better. So just keep that in mind.